Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about best perfumes in my humble opinion. So without any further ado, let's dive into the world of fragrances. So let me start by mentioning that at the moment I have only 2 perfumes because I decided that I want to finish all the perfumes I have and only then purchase new ones. And so a lot of the perfumes I'm going to show are the ones that I've run out. And so the first perfume I want to discuss is Byredo Bal the Freak. As you can see, I have 2 bottles, but in reality I had 3 bottles. The third one went into the trash. This bottle is my first perfume and I have some sort of a sentimental memories connected to this bottle because it was a gift, and that's why I'm keeping this bottle, and this one I will throw away. I just wanted to show you how much I love this perfume. So for me, this is a aromatic, woody, fresh fragrance. If I was a fragrance, I would say that I would be this perfume. And the main note that I smell right away is vetiver, and this is the note that I adore in perfumes. It gives perfume such a fresh and earthy notes, and this is what I love in this perfume. I also smell a little bit of lemon notes and bergamot. Bergamot is another note that I love in perfumes because it gives perfume freshness. To me, this was very unique and beautiful fragrance. It's not too feminine and it's not too masculine. I would say it's definitely a unisex fragrance and the fragrance that men and women can wear. This is such a beautiful aromatic fragrance. But there is a sad part to this fragrance, and the reason why I didn't repurchase this again. I really wanted, but I didn't, because when I bought this perfume, this was my 3rd bottle, I realized that when I smelled it, it kind of smelled not the same. Absolutely not. I mean, it smells very similar to this one, but the fragrance in this bottle kind of lost its richness. And I love this fragrance because it was such a rich, beautiful, fresh fragrance. And this one reminded me of that, but absolutely not the same. And that's the reason I didn't buy another one. And after a while, when I've run out of this one, I discovered that Byredo brand was sold many years ago to another company, and when I heard that, I realized that's why this fragrance differs from older versions. So sometimes I hear people saying that they don't see anything interesting in this fragrance, and I think that this is because this is a reformulated version. So I would say that the new formulation of Bal the Freak is similar to older one, but it lost its richness, and unfortunately I'm not going to repurchase this one unless I feel nostalgic. So this is a sad note, and the reason why I've told you about that fragrance is that it's still nice, it's still beautiful, but I'm looking for a fragrance that would amuse me as much as that one. So the next one I've run out as well is from Micallef, and they come in these beautiful bottles with the crystals. And so my first bottle was this small one, and this was my 2nd bottle, and this is the fragrance that has the same story as Byredo. They for some reason reformulated the fragrance, so they were similar, but the new version is also not as rich not as juicy as the older version, but still this is a very beautiful fragrance. And I'm planning on repurchasing this small bottle. So this is a toffee rose fragrance, and what I love about the fragrance, typically I don't love rose fragrances, but in this perfume rose is not dominant and it's not straight into your nose, you know? So the main note I smell right away is toffee, which is a sweet smell, and there is a rose smell infused in that toffee, if it makes sense. And this is why I love this fragrance. It is kind of floral and sweet at the same time. This is a very beautiful feminine fragrance. I love it. I would wear it in the summer. I would wear it all year round. Another fragrance which I loved at first, but then I decided that I'm not going to repurchase, but still it is a beautiful sweet scent. And this one is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold. So as you can see, I wasn't sure if I want to invest in the bigger bottle. That's why I bought this little one, and I haven't regretted it. So this one is 35 milliliters. And what I love about this brand is that almost all the fragrances are so unique, so rich, so beautiful. And what I smell in this scent is floral sweetness. Sometimes I have the mood for this more on the feminine side fragrances. This is a vanilla powdery scent with a amber and musky notes. These are the notes that I smell in it. It has a moderate to my nose sillage, and the longevity is pretty good as well. And also about the previous perfumes I was talking about, the Micallef Mon Cristal, I would say that sillage is moderate and longevity is also moderate, whereas Byredo Bal has more of the sillage, and the longevity I would say is more to the long side. The next one is Amouage Sunshine. This is such a beautiful fragrance. I love everything about this brand. All the bottles are so beautiful. It has really pretty packaging, and I really love when perfumes have those magnetic caps. To me, this is such a beautiful summer fragrance. Of course, to each its own, but I used to wear it more in the summer and in spring. In the winter time, I used to wear Bal d'Afrique, and Micallef was the fragrance I wore all year long, and this one is more of a summery scent to me. And what I love about this fragrance is that it's sweet and soury at the same time. And the notes I smell in this are osmanthus, almonds and vanilla. I think that vanilla is what gives this fragrance this beautiful, not too much of a sweetness. Also, this fragrance has juniper in it, and this is the note I love as well as in Gentle Fluidity Gold. To me, this is such a sunny and mood uplifting perfume. Next is the fragrance I've been talking about in one of my previous videos, and this one is Histoires de Parfums 1969. As you can see, I have an empty bottle. I've used it all the time, and the reason why is that the longevity is, I said that the longevity is moderate, but after some time I realized that the longevity is more to the weak side, and that is why I wanted to cover myself with this perfume so it will last as long as possible. I have actually decanted this perfume into the mini travel size packaging, and I'm using it when I go to the gym, so I love to smell nice after the gym. So I have a little bit left of this perfume, And the reason why I chose to purchase this one is because it has such a beautiful peachy, chocolatey notes. I really love sweets and chocolate, and in fragrance it was such a mind-blowing first smell when I first tried this one. And so I've tried in the store a few times and I was so in love with it that I decided to purchase this one, and I loved every bit of this perfume. This is very light, I would say girly, sweet fragrance. So the notes I smell in this perfume are peaches and chocolate blended into the bergamot and cloves. And I think that bergamot and cloves are the notes that give this fragrance this beautiful spiciness. So I enjoyed this perfume, but since for me the longevity of the perfume is kind of important, I tend to stick to perfumes that are more long-lasting. But nonetheless, I will be not surprised if I would repurchase this one sometime in the future. And so I've made it to two last perfumes, and these are the perfumes I've purchased recently. And one of the perfumes is the one that I was showering myself in, and this one called Xerjoff Cruz del Sur 2. I think that you can imagine how luxurious and beautiful the fragrance is by this beautiful bottle. The only thing I regret is that they don't make this fragrance in 100 milliliters. This one is 50 mils, and I am even thinking on buying a backup of this one, as well as of another one, which I will be talking next. The first note that I smell is pineapple because it's a little bit sweet but soury at the same time. Then I smell mango on the milky base, and in my humble opinion, this one is the most beautiful lactonic scent. After a while, when this fragrance has lived on my skin, I start smelling a little bit of dried fruits and for some reason nuts. I know that on Fragrantica it doesn't say that this fragrance has nut note, but I definitely smell some nuts in it. So as I've said before, this is such a beautiful and unique scent, and so when it came it was almost right here, and I see that I have sprayed a lot of it on myself, and I'm planning on keep doing that. So this is my favorite perfume as of right now. Another thing that I really love about this perfume is that the longevity is definitely on the moderate side, leaning towards the long-lasting, and the sillage is moderate. So I really love this combination. I don't really like strong sillage, but I really appreciate the longevity. Love it, love it, love it. Mwah. And the last perfume is from Nishane Zenne. Hold on. So this is the perfume I've been testing over and over again last summer, and I fell in love with this perfume almost from the first sniff. Unlike Xerjoff, this one is also a bottle of a 50 milliliters. This one is Extrait de Parfum, and I know that this is not a rule, but typically Extrait de Parfum are more long-lasting perfumes. So for me, this is a fruity, sweet scent. And the first notes I smell are rhubarb, blackcurrant. And these are the notes I also love in perfumes. I really love rhubarb and especially blackcurrant. It gives such a beautiful and rich notes to the perfume, especially when they are blended so beautifully, so professionally as in this one. And I also smell some sort of a sweetness, which is vanilla and grapefruit. And the longevity of this perfume is definitely towards the long-lasting and the sillage is moderate to strong, and this is what I adore in this perfume. And this is the perfume I am covering myself with. I love this perfume. I even think that I want to have a backup of this one as well as Xerjoff, because this is a really good perfume, and I'm afraid that they will also reformulate it and it will lose its richness. So as of right now, this one and this one are my top favorite. I am so happy that I've got these particular ones. So I highly recommend you trying these two perfumes. I think that if you love fruitiness, a little bit of sweetness, I think you are going to love it. At least try. Maybe you will like it. So these were my top perfumes that I've had in my collection. I definitely had other perfumes, but they didn't impress me as much as these ones. So if you are on a hunt for a new perfume that you haven't tried, I encourage you to do so. Maybe you would love some of the perfumes I've talked about. So I hope that you have found this video helpful and entertaining. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Put thumbs up if you liked it, and see you in my next one.